of our of the Jamboree over at Parkview Baptist, and they were impressive last week. Up the gut on the return for Redemptorist Jermaine Hamilton. Out past the 30 to the 32. So a nice field position for the Redemptorist Wolves, and they will start it off with decent field position.
See what the Wolves do with their first handling of the football.
We talked about it in the pregame, Charlie, that T.J. Davis, the junior quarterback for Redemptorist, has really emerged as the leader and the go-to guy for the Wolfpack, and they're expecting a lot of big things from this kid this year.
T.J. Davis, a 6'1", 160-pound junior quarterback for the Redemptorist Wolves. I formation, quick hitter to the left side. That is Hamilton. And he is racked up after a short gain to the far side. Give him about 2 on that one. It will be 2nd down and 8.
And whether you're looking for quality gravel, limestone, sand, topsoil, or the right heavy equipment to do the job, we're here for you. Call Dennis Stewart Equipment Rental and Dirt Service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, conveniently located on Jewel Road at the Comeet River.
Second down and 8. Split to the near side is Dawson, to the right side Hamilton. Penetration on the option, but still some nice running by Lambert. And Lambert takes the toss and picks up close to 5. He'll be knocked down at the 37, where it will bring up 3rd down and 4 now for the Wolves.
Jason Winkler in on a stop that time, number 53.
Talking with Coach Edwards before the game, there's going to be a tailback by committee tonight at Redemptorist. Expect to see 2 freshmen playing at the tailback position tonight also, Jimmy.
We'll see if Coach Edwards puts the ball up on a 3rd and 5.
3rd down, we'll call it 4 here from the 37. Redemptorist needs to get to the 41. Here's movement. Movement on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Have to say it will go against Redemptorist, however, as a right tackle, but a conference, and that's what they'll call.
Jimmy's first call of the year is correct. He's hot early in the year. I know that. The man is hot early in the year. Everything he's saying is coming true early.
Oh, don't tell my audience that on a radio show. They're picky.
Them predictions been pretty good, Jimbo.
They're picky, Johnston. Setting up the screen to the left side. Almost picked off that time.
Greg Mancina.
Nice read that time by Greg Mancina. He plays quarterback, and he does a lot of reading on the offense as he takes a lot of snaps, but at that time he almost picked one off. Kind of shades of Jack Squirick picking off Joe Theismann, the same kind of a look.
Oh, you bringing it out the archive. Never did anything else after that.
0.
Jack Squire right before half.
Just win, baby.
Wheaton Duplichan back deep for the Tigers, and we have a flag. I think it's going to be a delay.
Justin Wheaton, here's a flag, and
Jimmy gives us a chance to talk about another fine sponsor. Tired of outgrowing your school clothes? With Schoolwear's unique upscale uniforms, you can gain a few sizes in just a few minutes. We'll give you fits that will last for years. Inca Schoolwear in Drusilla Shopping Center, 922-9495.
And Charlie, that will go against the Wolves in illegal procedure. Clock stopped with 6:03 to go. Back to punt for Redemptorist is number 3 Myron Emmanuel. And back at their own 38-yard line. That is Alagood, and here's off the side of his foot to see if he gets a roll. No, it's going to take a Tiger roll, and 41-yard line of Redemptorist is where it's down, and Dunham already up 7-0. We'll have good field position again, Charlie.
I think we saw some jitters that time by the Wolves. First offensive series of the year. They're still trying to get used to each other. We'll see how it goes. But they're getting put in a hole right now. Dunham has the lead and the ball on the plus side of the field. The Wolves have to stop them.
So a very important series here early on for the Redemptorist Wolves defensive unit. They're down 7-0 as a penalty on the play. See, the official illegal substitution against Redemptorist will be declined. As a short punt that time, only a net of 15 yards, and The referee will explain it to Dunham. Coach Joey Thibodeau will decline it, and we'll just get this back underway in a second.
Emmanuel also doubles as the Wolves place kicker and is also a senior soccer select player traveling all around the country with the soccer team in the Baton Rouge area. So not one of his better efforts there, but can really bunt the ball.
Charlie, who was the select soccer player a couple of years ago?
The guy from U-High.
From U-High, who was a field goal kicker and defensive back as well, and Winoki Woods and those guys went to the semifinals.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember if they flew him in for the playoff game.
Right. Give a little inside trap. This time he's wrapped up. On the carry that time, Centel is wrapped up by big number 99, Chuck Wilson, the 6'2", 210-pound defensive tackle.
Another fine sponsor tonight. Save your environment and your money. Laser Extensions will recycle your used toner cartridges for almost half of the cost of a new one. Laser Extensions offers full maintenance and repair on most printers and computers. What you print is your business. How it looks is ours.
Second down, 13. Loss of 3 on that first down carry. Same thing, give up the middle. It's Allagood fighting for yardage inside the 40, near the 38. About 6 that time, so they almost pick up half of the yardage.
Allagood's a tough runner. Any mark he puts inside, he also has the speed to go outside.
Yeah, and Allagood, it just seems like he's been there forever. He
has.
He's been running the ball, and he's just a tough kid, and like you said, Charles runs inside out as well as outside, and started on that team a couple years ago, like we said earlier.
Split to the near side here for the Dunham Tigers, Justin Wheat. Third down and a long 7. Give up the middle. Allagood. This time he's racked up big number 44. Kevin Peters for Redemptorist laid the lumber. And a third and long, an interesting part of the field. I think a little bit too far out. Let's see if Coach Joey Thibodeau will roll the dice early.
Mancina's coming back out. Looks like they might go for it.
Peters, 6'1", 175, really laid the lumber on Allagood there.
Pivotal play early on in this ball game. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 4th down and 6. Dunham leading 7-0 over Redemptorist. Play action. Time. Mancina looks. Fires. Has a man. Complete on the play for a first down to number 7, Stephen Pruitt. He's inside the 25 to the 23. A gain of 17.
Jermaine Hamilton made the stop that time for the Wolves, but a beautiful throw that time by Mancina. He hit the second man in a 3-man flood.
Real nice read that time by the quarterback, Greg Mancina, as he was given time, but read the defense and recognized the coverage and hit the open man because they flooded the zone. A couple of guys were covered, but he did find Wheat. Here's a give, a trap this time, and not a whole lot there this time for Centel. Maybe 1 or 2.
And last week we talked about growing pains, and Mancina, he went through his growing pains last year as a sophomore, and this year really looking good as a junior quarterback for Coach Thibodeau.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, talking to Coach Thibodeau before the game, Mark, that he says that he thought that right now as a junior, he's farther along than his previous quarterback, Black, who led him to the playoffs 2 years ago as a junior.
Brandon Black, I believe his name was, huh, Jimmy?
Corey Black.
Corey Black? I think that's the jockey at Del Mar.
Is that right? Second down and 8 for Dunham. Leading 7-0, knocking on the door again. Sweep right side, looking for some room. He's got some. There's Duplichan around the right side. Inside the 5, another first down to the 3.
Real good speed that time by Duplichan. His daddy's a track coach, so you can understand why.
Dean Duplichan, one of the better pole vaulters in the state of Louisiana, showed some speed getting to the outside there.
We'll call it the 2. And Dunham trying to really put Redemptorist in a big hole early on. Last year, a wild one. And as we had it here, we've had the past couple of years in this Dunham Redemptorist game. Give off the left side. Allagood's in. Touchdown, Tigers. 2:26 to go here in the first quarter of play. And Dunham, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Obvious key play on this one, a 4th down and 7. As quarterback Greg Mancina connected on that play. So early on, all Dunham, Redemptorist. will have to regroup early on. Kick is a short one, hits the right upright and goes to the side, no good. 2:26 to go. Dunham 13, Redemptorist nothing. This is our Kearney Strawhawk Farm Bureau Game of the Week on UPN 19 WBTR. The Farm Bureau Game of the Week. Jimmy Ott, Mark Collada, Charles Barbary up in the booth tonight. Nice facilities here at Redemptorist. A long kickoff is coming down to Lambert at the 5. Heads up the gut. Has a little bit of room and gets all the way out past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Nice return that time by Lambert of 33 yards right up the gut.
And Dax Barron made the stop that time for the Tigers. Redemptorist has to get something going, Jimmy, behind 13.
Charlie, how important is it for them to get something on this drive, at least move it a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I think Sid wants to at least stay competitive and get some things going and show that they can play with some people, and need to get something going right now. Second possession for him.
Davis, Hyde, and Lambert. That's actually another tailback into the game. Davis will scramble, and nothing there. Racked up on the play by 3 Dunham Tigers. Mancina was there for the hit. Centel was in there for the hit.
Another fine sponsor tonight, Audubon Insurance Group, and its independent agents have been servicing the Baton Rouge property and casualty insurance needs of Louisiana for over 50 years. Audubon and its staff of over 300 are delighted to be a part of high school sports in South Louisiana.
Second down and 17. More penetration option to the near side. A fumble on the play. Going to be picked up by Shelton Sampson. But another loss on that second down play, and Redemptorist going backwards right now.
Talking with Coach Edwards before the game, Jimmy, he wants to win a ball game. The excitement, the atmosphere, everything is all in place right now, but he said one thing, he wants to win. He's not used to losing. A remarkable 88-4 record as a freshman coach at Calicut. So this man's not used to losing, but it's going to take him a couple years to get things going.
Well, on the other hand, you look at the side of the ball right now, Dunham is really playing some good football. They played well last week against basically an inferior opponent in St. Thomas Aquinas, but right now they are showing that they are a top-rated Class A team.
Draw play this time in some room. Oh, in the wet turf that time causes Shelton Sampson to lose his footing.
Umpire gave a good block that time.
Freshman running back for the Redemptorist Wolves. And speaking of the freshmen for Redemptorist, they lost their jamboree 14-0 last week to Catholic, but did win the freshman game 19-7. So this will be a young crew to really a very interesting program to monitor.
Totally agree there. Definitely a program to watch for the next couple of years.
And we'll get to see them progress as the year goes along, because we'll have Redemptorist a number of other times later on in the year.
4th down and 9, they will punt. Here is the kick by Emmanuel. Will hit, almost hit a Tiger. Another Dunham bounce near midfield, and Dunham will take over at their own 49. Just 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. All Dunham over Redemptorist early on, 13-0.
And the advantage to Dunham, Jimmy, playing a 3A school and them being a 1A school, is winning this game. If they go ahead and do win it, at the power points that they get for going to the playoffs. This is a real big advantage for Coach Thibodeau and the Tigers if they hold on and win this ball game.
Charlie, does margin of victory play into that power rating for the wild card spots?
I honestly don't know. I'm not sure, but I do know if you win over a higher classification opponent is the important thing.
Back to pass, looking downfield. Lambert on the coverage. Almost picked off in a flag. Let's see, was it a late hit or holding? Let's see what the call is. Flag dropped about 7 yards right where Mancina released it, roughing the passer against Redemptorist.
It's a bad break for the Wolves. Great defense by Hamilton that time.
New rule this year that even if that pass would have been completed, the old rule, it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. This year will be a tack-on penalty. Charlie, we were talking about our radio broadcast last night. I'd have to say just a little bit of a prediction, but that dead ball offsides against the defense, I got to think that thing's going to lose its effect soon. Give that thing about 2 or 3 more years.
I would hope so. They've had it in now for about 5 or 6 years. I still don't like it.
1st and 10, Dunham after the 15-yard penalty. This should be the last play of the first half. Here's Mancina rolling again. Has some room, can run a throw. He throws it. Complete on the play. Down inside the 20-yard line on the reception. Stephen Pruitt again. And Dunham already up 13-0, knocking on the door. That will do it for the first quarter of play. Wow. Very impressive first quarter by Joey Thibodeau's Tigers. Our Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week will continue after this on UPN 19 WPTR.
Wherever there is a heart of a champion, there must be something to help it prevail. Wherever there is a burning desire to excel, there must be someone to count on to help make it happen. The hearts of champions are many on the courts and playgrounds of Baton Rouge, and Red Stick Sports proudly fills the needs of these champions on the courts and fields of dreams come true. You supply the heart. We'll supply with what else you need to succeed. Red Stick Sports.
Dunham over Redemptorist as we get ready to start the second quarter of action here on our Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week on UPN 19 WBTR. Charlie, the times of the games this year?
They're going to be on Friday nights at 10:30, Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock, and Sunday evenings at 8 o'clock, prime time Sunday.
You guys also have a little television gig on Sunday nights.
Yeah, John Fine and I do Sports Talk TV from 10 to 11 on Sunday night on the station here. So I invite y'all to stay tuned, especially if you're watching this on Sunday night.
There we go. Defensive movement. This time number 16. That is Sochin Lawson. And that will cost Redemptorist 5. So
getting a little anxious, the Wolves are.
Going on a long count that time in the early play. Usually you don't. Coaches will like to save that. 3rd and less than 5. Trying to make it really tough on Redemptorist early on. 13-0 already, and boy, almost you wonder if the revenge factor lies in this one after a tough 7-0 loss last year against Redemptorist. Give near side Duplichin down to the 5. Hit that time on the play by number 44, Kevin Peters.
Also Caleb Maha, on the stop that time too. It's a real good tackle. You're right, Jimmy. I don't know whether revenge has anything to do with it or not, but right now Dunham is really looking sharp, and they're looking at mid-season form right now.
Charlie, remember 2 years ago when they did go to the semifinals, and LSU players now, Cisco Perkins and Robert Davis, they ended up their prep career with Evangel, won another state championship at the 3A level last year, but such a powerful Logansport team, and really Dunham gave them all they could handle here. Give off the left side. Now, oh, yeah, he does give it. Really couldn't tell that time. Mancina really rode the belly as long as he could, but a lot of penetration on the right side of the defensive line for Redemptorist, and they lose 3 on that one, and now it will be a 3rd down and call it 7. Oh, no, check that. 3rd down and 4. The yard marker was getting me a little bit out of line there, and now a timeout, I believe, called by Dunham. So we'll keep it right here. 11 minutes to go in the first half. A big 3rd and 4 coming up for Dunham.
And Redemptorist High School is celebrating 50 years of tradition, pride, and leadership in the Catholic educational formation of families within the greater Baton Rouge area. Join the RHS family for our 50th anniversary celebration kickoff in the courtyard of the school on Sunday, October 5th from 4 to 7 p.m. 50 years for Redemptorist this year.
Talking about that Logansport game, Jimmy, me and you had a chance to do that, but that was one of the stranger games that I think we've ever done. Just when you thought Dunham was out of it, they came marching back. They had Sean Cangelosi. I think at one time it was 35-14, and you thought Dunham was out of it. And here, I think the final score was 42-35, but Logansport had some stud athletes, and that was one of the better games that we've ever seen.
How about Cangelosi, huh? Boy, what a career he had. Clock is going to have to wait to get them back online, and 10 seconds before we do that. So we will wait on the clock.
The new scoreboard at Redemptorist this year. They've got, really looks nice. Some of the physical plant upgrades that they have made. They've redone the entire dressing room area over there, the concession stand area, and they're making progress here at Redemptorist. And if you see the ruts in the field from the truck, that's because the big truck came in here and lowered the scoreboard down and messed it up a little bit. But, hey, grass will grow back. They got that pretty new scoreboard here.
Give off the left side, and it's going to be short of the first down. John Centell on the carry that time for Dunham. Fourth down coming up here for the Dunham Tigers. Joey Thibodeau's crew 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions here in the game. 10.5 minutes to go.
Miss Marie Kennedy's furnishing all
so
the
much.
groceries up here tonight. Man,
We
appreciate
certainly
that.
appreciate that. Power I formation, 2 tight ends, 4th down and 1 for Dunham. Mancina gives it to the back man. Hella good, bowling his way for the first down and a touchdown.
I think that was Centell, Jimmy.
And from 6 yards out, a touchdown. Up 19-0. Joey Thibodeau's crew will go for 2.
John Centell, 6'3", 180, junior running back in for the touchdown.
That's Centell. Check that. So Centell, the junior running back, we don't want to slight him on the carry. It was a tough running that time. He dotted the power I and went right up the gut. 19-0. They'll try and make it 21. Late substitutions for Redemptorist. And a little bit of direct snap to the running back will be stopped along the right side. We'll take a timeout. No good on the 2-point conversion. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for Dunham early on. They lead Redemptorist 19-0 here in our Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
We're Farm Bureau in America. Friends you've always known.
Louisiana Farm Bureau promotes quality agriculture while offering people from every walk of life a wide range of member services, including Proven Auto, home and life insurance. After all, helping Louisianians is what we do best.
Spirit of Farm Bureau is a
Aidez-vous, c'est quoi on fait mieux. Helping you is what we do best.
For this week's Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week, 10-10 remaining in the first half. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, Mark, for the Dunham Tigers. Very impressive.
Very, very impressive showing, Jimmy. Not doing anything fancy, just lining it up and bringing it at you. But last year, Coach Thibodeau, we saw them early in the year. And in high school football, coaching is so important. And each week, this team improved every single week.
Dunham takes 2:06 off of the clock with that drive and cap it off with a 4th down run from 5 yards out by John Centell for the score. Lambert up the middle, breaks the tackle at the 25, gets close to the 30-yard line. Redemptorist will have it 1st and 10.
But that's a mark of a good high school football team, Jimmy, is how they improve each week throughout the season. By the end of the year last year, Dunham actually made the playoffs with a 3-8 record and gave the state champion Southern Lab Kittens a pretty good game late in the year at the Southern Jaguar Field over there. But Coach Thibodeau, year in, year out, does a great job.
Well, it was the transitional stage last year for Dunham, quite obvious. I mean, how many seniors, Charlie, did they have on that 95 semifinal?
They had a whole bunch of them in their key players, and it was a rebuilding year last year. That's why I went 3-8.
Toss sweep right side. Some room this time for Shelton Sampson, the freshman tailback. And I tell you what, he Not bad for a freshman. He's got a little burst.
He's got a
Showed
little
some
bit of
speed.
burst. Coach, before the game, he said we would see the freshman tailback, and he looks good.
Showed some speed that we didn't see in the first two positions there, Mark. Redemptorist still looking for their first down.
Option near side, fumble on the play. Sampson gets back on it. Back at the original line of scrimmage of where they started this drive, at the 30-yard line. So they lose the yardage they gained on first down. It will be 3rd down and 10.
Charles, I want to mention Coach Milton Broussard. We talked about him before the game, and wish all the best luck to Coach Broussard.
Yeah, Coach Milton, wish you the best. Had triple bypass surgery Wednesday week ago. From what I understand, he's doing great. Milton Broussard, anybody that's been involved in high school football and athletics for the last 30-some-odd years in this town knows who Milton Broussard is. Right now he's an assistant here at Redemptorist, and wish him the best. He survived coaching me and teaching me in the 9th grade, so he's been around a while.
No wonder he had that surgery.
Hey.
Yeah, it took him 35 years.
Flag, and this might be a delay of game here against Redemptorist. So many different faces here for Redemptorist. It's trying to put together. These things are going to happen early on in the year.
Well, a new program here, and you have to expect it. And they're groping, trying to get an identity and learn to play with each other. There's so many new faces, as you said, Jimmy. And the guys that are here, that are still here from last year, they're generally playing different positions also. Saucier, for example, was the running back last year. He's now the end.
Got the Michigan look with the helmet this year. A lot of high school
Wolves, the Wolves.
The Wolves. Okay, I got you. Woodlawn's got it also, and so does Christian Life. What's the relation there, Jimmy?
Claws. 3rd down and 15 for the Wolves. Rolling to the right side is Davis. Fires it downfield. This is picked off. Duplichan picks it off at the 45-yard line, and Dunham already up 19-0. Will have excellent field position again.
Poor pass that time. Overthrew as the receiver. Duplichan was there to take care of it. Dunham in business.
Duplichan, a two-way performer on running back and playing safety for Coach Thibodeau. Got a lot of two-way performers on Dunham's ball club. Alligood and Mancina also going both ways tonight.
Well, with a Class A school, Mark, generally is the norm.
Hey, it's something that, Charlie, even at the 5A level, I think that they should do a little bit more of.
I totally agree with you there, Jimmy.
Give to the near side. Lots of room. Busting it. Downfield. John Centel, 45 yards out. And on Centel's last 2 carries, he's going 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not shabby.
John Centel, a running back. Every time we see this kid, he's very impressive. Only a junior, and he's got some speed.
2 good blocks that time on the end in the corner. Opened it up. Nobody was there to take up the slack, and walked into the end zone untouched from 45 yards out. Dunham blowing this game open early.
Wow. 25-0. Coach Joey Thibodeau elects to kick the PAT this time. Centel's got to run, and I tell you what, a lot of leg on that one. 26-0. 8:03 to go. These guys, a little excuse for that. He just ran 45 yards for a touchdown, but he does drill him. We'll be back after this with the Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
Wherever there is a heart of a champion, there must be something to help it prevail. Wherever there is a burning desire to excel, there must be someone to count on to help make it happen. The hearts of champions are many on the courts and playgrounds of Baton Rouge, and Red Stick Sports proudly fills the needs of these champions on the courts and fields of dreams come true. You supply the heart. We'll supply with what else you need to succeed. Red Stick Sports.
Game of the week, Jimmy Otten, along with Charles Barbary and Mark Collada. 8:03 to go. All Dunham, 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns, 26-0 over Redemptorist early on. Long kickoff. Lambert will get it and the dead ball foul, and Dunham will have to do it over just 5 yards back. But Charlie said, "Oh no, we got a little bit of a brouhaha across the way," and here we go. Trying to keep the players off of the field, and both coaches really did a nice job of that, and it was dispersed quickly. So nice job by both coaches disciplining their sidelines, but sometimes you see that, and I will tell you this, Charlotte, and this obviously does not pertain because it's a kickoff. There's nothing. We're in the first half. I mean, we got 7:59 to go in the first half. It just brings something to my attention. And when you're dealing in a competitive nature, and I've seen it happen before where teams maybe 30, 40 points up, and you'll see trick plays and certain things like that where somebody will run it up. I'm surprised some of that stuff doesn't happen more often at this level.
Well, right now, that's not the case.
It's not the case here, but that's exactly what I
think it's just a case of frustration right there. The referee should have blown the whistle a little quicker, though, because I was watching it. I saw the offsides, and the side judge on the far side of the field hesitated in throwing his flag and really didn't blow his whistle till after the ball had been caught.
That's obviously what instigated this whole bit. Some guys still playing full speed. Other guys saw the whistle and knew what was up and, had given up on the play. So just a little bit of confusion that time. I'm sure, knowing both of these coaches, that is the last we'll see of that. But
both coaches really took control of the situation, and they did a real good job of keeping people on their bench. So the referee talking to Coach Joey Thibodeau on the near sideline, informing him of what will happen.
Going to see if there's going to be any ejections out of this. I think there's going to be a couple.
We'll have to see who it is. Gives us a chance to talk about a fine sponsor. Bernhard Brothers Mechanical Contractors is a locally owned heating and air conditioning contracting firm specializing in the industrial and commercial market. Owners Bill, Barry, and Randy Bernhardt wish all of our student athletes good luck this season.
A little trivia question for you there, Charles. What do the Bernhard brothers have in common?
They all went to a certain high school.
And what position did they play?
They all were quarterbacks.
You have graded on an A, Charles.
I knew one of them was, so if they were all the same, I figured out. And if memory serves me right, wasn't Bill the quarterback when Chris Danton and them went up to Shreveport?
I was a little youngster then, though, Charles. That's before my time there. I was around when Randy was a quarterback in the late 70s.
I think I'm correct on that. Back in the days when Bill Bernhard was quarterback, Chris Danton was the running back for Catholic High. They went up to Shreveport and played Woodlawn with Joe Ferguson in one of the best high school football games I ever saw. Woodlawn won it 14-13.
35-21 for Dunham. Have been ejected from the ball game. Dax Barron and Caleb Michelson. I believe Peters, number 44, Kevin Peters for Redemptorist, has been ejected. And I will say this, I think we talk about the coaches, but hey, let's give the officials, I think they
did a real good job.
Assess the situation appropriately and get it done.
And it looks like they're going to penalize Dunham just for 5 yards. The offsides looks like...
Sure, the offsides penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be offsetting penalties on the personal foul.
I always hate to see this in high school sports, but like you said, Jimmy, I don't see why it doesn't happen more often in certain situations that get out of hand early in games that are this big of a margin early.
Well, these are the growing pains of a new program. You know, Charlie, and what was it, 3 years ago? We were doing it at some Parkview games, and You were saying, but they had some young freshmen. They built out, and I said, well, I don't know, Charlie.
They were playing a junior varsity squad that year.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it just, and Dawson will let it go out of bounds.
Kick it again.
Sorry, Sampson over here, the freshman running back, and
looks like they might take the ball on a 35 or 40 yard line. Dunham's playing some good football, Jimmy. I'm very impressed with
they
it.
look good, man.
And they're going to, talking to Coach Thibodeau before the game and talking about the district, he says obviously the Kangaroos and Kentwood are going to be the team to beat this year. But he thinks that he can be competitive in the district, and I think he's showing that to everybody tonight.
Speaking of that district, I thought I was a big surprise last night with Clinton beating Southern Labs.
You're not used to Southern Labs
Right.
losing, especially only 2 touchdowns in the game.
Coach Cupid, the new coach over at Clinton, a former Baker High athlete, has that program rocking and rolling.
5-yard penalty. Dunham will kick it again, and we are stuck at 7:59 here in the second quarter of
Is
play.
this a rain delay or what? Game taking about 5 or 6 minutes here. Try to get this kickoff going. Scores 26-0. Dunham on top of Redemptorist. 7:59 to go in the second quarter. Redemptorist still looking for their first down of the ball game. Kicking off from the 30. Redemptorist should have good field position coming out of this. Next week we got a good ball game, Jimmy. You're going to be, I believe, in Mississippi State. We're following the Tigers, but Mark and I will be doing a game between Tara and Broadmoor. Tara won last
I
night.
saw him play last night.
Tara won last night against Bel Air, and Broadmoor is playing against East Ascension tonight.
That should be a whale of a game.
I
Another
agree.
offsides.
Lambert, another offside.
And they blow the whistle. They didn't blow the whistle. See?
And Lambert got some room. Still gone. All the way to the Dunham 41-yard line.
He didn't blow.
Flag is down.
That's a dead ball foul, and the referee did not blow the whistle again when the first blew the
You
whistle.
wonder, though, Charlie, if they did that because they tried to stop it in the middle of the play last time, but you just let him play. But this will be dead. They will move back to the 25-yard line and kick it again. Redemptorist has no decision in the matter.
But getting back to that Broadmoor-Tara game, Jimmy, last night you had an opportunity to see Tara and your impressions of them.
I like this kid, Cozy McGee, running back. Very, very strong on offense for Tara. I do like Reggie White, their defensive end, and
Got the right name anyway.
yeah, he does. And he played like it last night, as well as the kid Burris, Jonathan Burris, a nose guard and a part-time middle linebacker, all over the place for Tara. I have to say that Tara will contend for a wild card spot. I expect them to be in the wild card and in the playoffs. But Broadmoor returned so much,
Right.
and have dressed out. They're dressing out more than I think. Guys, we got to go back to the neighborhood school deals. And they dressed out this many.
I would say they dress now more in 1 year than they have in the last 2 or 3 years combined.
We're back to Billy Cannon Jr. days.
About.
25-yard line. Up the middle. Look at that speed. Look out. One man to beat. The freshman, look at him go. He's gone. Oh, here's a name to remember. Shelton Sampson. 65 yards for the touchdown.
You were so right there, Jimmy. What a name there to remember. 5'11", 180-pound freshman tailback, Shelton Sampson.
Pretty good the first time he touches the ball, huh?
Well, now, he had a couple of carries. But yeah, he's...
Coach Edwards was kind of low-key before the game, saying he might play a couple freshmen, but goodness gracious, this kid can play.
Well, puts maybe a little spark back into Redemptorist. Got him on the board, trailing 26-6, 7:34 to go in the second quarter. We have a timeout.
Timeout of the field. We'll take one as well. 26-6, Dunham on top, 7:34 to go in the first half. It is the Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
We're Farm Bureau in America. Friends you've always known.
Louisiana Farm Bureau promotes quality agriculture while offering people from every walk of life a wide range of member services, including Proven Auto, home and life insurance. After all, helping Louisianians is what we do best.
Spirit of Farm Bureau is a
Aidez-vous, c'est quoi on fait mieux. Helping you is what we do best.
Fired over the last 10 minutes, taken 4 times to kick the ball off, and when he does, has to run back 65 yards against him.
What's funny about that, Charlie, they kicked that off, and Shelton Sampson was on the sideline. He just came back to return it. He was on the sidelines. I don't know if the guy it was just a move by Coach Edwards, or
He took Peter's place.
yeah, is
took
that
Peter's
right?
place,
Took
right.
Peter's place, or it was a guy that was ejected. They're going to go for 2. Are the Wolves? Davis under center. Lambert has a chance. He's in. 2-point conversion is in. All of a sudden, a little bit of noise from the Redemptorist side of the field. 7:34 to go. 26-8. Dunham over Redemptorist on our Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week. Be in the end zone, automatic touchback, and I give that rule about 2 more years before they take that one up.
That one's been around forever, though, Jimmy. I don't think they're going to take it out. I don't
Forever?
like it.
What do you mean forever?
Yeah, ever since I can remember being.
Oh, no. That's about 5 years old.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not. Actually, I think less than that even, Charlie.
Well, I don't like it. Let me put it that way. Well, let's see what happens. It's still part of the game. I don't know
I
why.
just ask one question. Give me the logic behind just any
I have
of
no
it.
idea.
Any logic.
None for me.
Okay, thank you. The case closed. Let's see the athletes on the field. Movement and no flag. Give near side.
Look at, oh,
Duplachant fumbles the ball. They say he was down, however, at the 21-yard line. Gain of 1.
Duplachant was a step from breaking that one too, Jimmy. His blocker didn't see him, and he tried to cut to the inside, and his blocker went to the inside too, and he hit him. If he hadn't, he could have split the 2 defenders and might have been gone.
Adam Rabelais, number 66, a 6'1", 250-pound sophomore, in on the tackle there.
This is definitely an advocate lineup for the Wolves. You got Grimmy on, Rabelais. Where's King?
Feinswag.
Approaching 6.5-minute mark here in the first half. Give up the middle and a dead ball foul. A nice run that time, but it's going to be a delay of game penalty against Dunham.
Game is really kind of bogged down here for the last minute and a half of play.
Yeah.
Redemptorist trailing 26-8. Doesn't even have a first down, but has 8 points on a 65-yard kickoff return and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, we were on cruise control for the first 15 to 18 minutes of this ball game, and that kickoff took, about 10, 12 minutes before we finally got some action. And action it was. I'm impressed with this number 99, Chuck Wilson, 6'2", 208, junior defensive end for Redemptorist. He's very aggressive and in on every play.
Give to the far side. Centel is wrapped up behind. Joe Shelton with the backside pursuit. Nice job wrapping up Centel.
Joe Shelton, Jimmy, remember Ronnie Shelton from Calicut?
The basketball player.
That's his little brother.
There you
Joe
go.
Shelton, a transfer from Calicut, but
I'm not sure you call him little, 6 feet, 220 pounds.
Ronnie Shelton is the one.
Ronnie Shelton was the most dominating low post player that was around 6 feet tall.
He's the one who made the shot against Ostruma to put Catholic in the semis when Coach Hugh Wallace
Did it hit?
claimed foul.
That's the game that went to the wire, isn't it?
There's always something controversial going on. Under 6 minutes to go, third down, fumble. That's a Centel on it, I believe, back inside the 10. But for the first time, Dunham will be held and will be forced to punt. And all of a sudden, 26-8, 5:45, the clock is running, and Redemptorist should have real nice field position here. So that little scuffle
might have woken him up.
I-
Guess who's going back and deep to receive this punt here?
The freshman Sampson.
I think I would have him back there too,
You think? I'll never forget when
along with Lambert.
Coach Sid Edwards was coaching that freshman team at Catholic, and he told me kid hadn't played a snap in high school football yet. But he said, watch out for a guy by the name of Travis Minor. Wow, very effective punt this time. 44 yards with no return. Kicked it away from Sampson. Lambert could not gather it in a real effective punt that time for Dunham.
4:59 left to go in a half. The ball on the plus side of the field by 1 yard for the Wolves. See what they can do with it. See if they can get that first down.
Sampson remains in at tailback.
Sampson's the tailback. P.J. Hyde is your fullback. Under center, T.J. Davis. Toss sweep, right side. Sampson looking for some room. Has a little. Look out again. Oh, almost just tripped up at the 35-yard line. Lunges to the 32, but 18 more that time for Shelton Sampson.
Daniel Wascom made the shoestring tackle that time. If he doesn't hit him, he's gone. He had split the defenders. Redemptorist with Sampson showing some speed. First time Redemptorist has had that in quite a while.
Wow.
First down of the game.
I think we're watching something special here tonight with the emerging play of Shelton Sampson.
Everybody in tight. 8 men at the line of scrimmage. Sampson gets it, and they're just outnumbered that time. Leading the charge for the Dunham Tigers, number 58, Brandon White.
Good penetration that time by the Tigers.
Loss of about 4 that time for Sampson. As we approach 4 minutes to go here in the first half, 26-8 Dunham on top of Redemptorist. Dunham scoring touchdowns on their first 4 possessions of the game. Nice ground level shot. Here you get a look at Sampson to the near side, has some room. Oh, what a hit that time. Centel is on the ball, but with the hit that time, I believe it was number 33, David Allagood, who really leveled Sampson.
I think that was 34, Jimmy.
So 34, 33 was in on the play.
Barrett White. One of the two. I'm not sure which one. They were both there. But it was a stick. But Sampson's a threat every time he touches the ball. If he gets the one block, he's going on that play.
So a little bit of momentum stymied on that turnover as Sampson coughs it up. Dunham back on offense. Give up the middle, and a flag is down. Back judge throws it. Let's see. 4-8. We have too many men on the field for, I believe we do. We got 12 men on the field for Redemptorist. So that's going to be a legal participation.
They're talking about it, but I'm not sure they are. Referee was counting.
There's 12 out there.
12 little Wolves.
Defensive coordinator Frank Versina is telling somebody to get off the field.
I count 12 too. So.
2 for 2, Johnson. Document it.
I know. You better than 2 for 2. All NFL Thursday was incredible.
3:46 to go here in our regular season opener for the 1997 season on the Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
Is that a 15-yard penalty in high school?
I believe so.
We will find out. 5.
Only 5.
2 for 3. 3:46, 26-8, Dunham.
66%. That's not bad.
Not at all. All right, let's see what Dunham does here. 1st and 5. Ball is at the 35-yard line. That wing T formation that Coach Joey Thibodeau likes to run. Play action, roll left side. Mancina fires complete, flag is down. Might have holding on the play. The middle of the pack, we'll have to see.
Game getting very ragged here, Jimmy. Flags flying on every play now.
I think we do have a holding.
And that's what it'll be. So this one will come back. But I really like Mancina's decisions, Charlie, early on when they do allow him to pass the ball.
Sees the field well, and he's hit on everything he's thrown so far.
Reminds me of a team last year who was, it was so good. St. James, Coach Rick Galey.
Number 2 ranked in the state this week.
That's misleading. They lost a ton. But anyway.
Beat West St. John last night, 22-20.
Yeah. They were a extra point away from beating Evangel, who was the best team in any classification last year in football. But they ran the wing T. Here's my point. Ran the wing T, but they had a guy, Kerry Levette, playing the high school all-star game, that executed and threw the ball. He wanted to, here's a loss in the play. And after the penalty, Dunham continues to go back. But here's my point. They had a guy who he just did the little things in passing and just converted, just executed. And this was, it reminds me a lot of Mancina, and what he does, every time he's asked to pass, he does complete it.
Stephen Westfall in on a stop that time, a junior, 6'1", 211 pounds for the Wolves.
Another junior making a play for the Wolves. A lot of underclassmen out there on both sides of the ball for the Wolves tonight.
3 minutes and counting.
Candlestick Park effect back near their own goal line. Some of the dirt.
What?
Mancina passes right on the money. Jukes the man. Centel. Does he have the speed? 40, 50, 40, 30. Nobody's going to get him. John Centel's third touchdown of the night. This time from 80 yards out. Once again, Mancina hits him right in stride. One man to Juk, and he has to outrun the rest of the Wolves secondary, and he pulled away from him, Charlie. Nice speed employed that time by John Centel.
Real nice play. Centel showed his athleticism that time as he sidestepped the defender and outran the rest of the Wolves. 81 yards for the touchdown.
How turnovers can just turn a game around. Here the Wolves are driving down the field 26-8. Had the ball, fumble. Dunham gets it, scores 32-8.
It's hard to remember. I didn't catch who tripped up Sampson when he was so close to breaking another one. This was going to be wide left this time by Centel. Come on, Coach. Give the guy a break. He just ran 80 yards. 32-8. All Dunham over Redemptorist. 2:38 to go here in our Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
Wherever there is a heart of a champion, there must be something to help it prevail. Wherever there is a burning desire to excel, there must be someone to count on to help make it happen. The hearts of champions are many on the courts and playgrounds of Baton Rouge, and Red Stick Sports proudly fills the needs of these champions on the courts and fields of dreams come true. You supply the heart. We'll supply with what else you need to succeed. Red Stick Sports.
Pass to John Centel from 80 yards out, and it is now 32-8. Dunham over Redemptorist with just over 2.5 to go here in the first half. This time it will be number 29 for the Wolves, Brian Bethley, to the right side. Breaks the tackle out past the 25 to the 30-yard line.
Bethley, the other half of the freshman running back tandem that we'll see tonight. A little scat back.
I think Dunham is scoring these touchdowns, Mark, so if they can practice these kickoffs, make sure they keep everybody on the
Centel's got to
side.
be a tired young man about right now, Charles.
See him coming off on the sideline right here.
First down and 10. Redemptorist at their own 30. Draw play. Sampson has it. And a little room, but a nice open field tackle that time on the tackle number 52, Daniel Wascom. Nice job that time of wrapping up the speedy Sampson.
Real nice tackle by Wascom. 32-8, 2:08 and counting to the half. Dunham on top of Redemptorist. Mark, they still call this St. Jared Magella Field?
They sure do, Charles. We used to call it other things when we were young.
Sampson wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage again. This time it's 54, Barrett Black.
I'd like to thank Mr. Kearney Trahan for providing us with these wonderful purple and gold shirts that we can so proudly wear tomorrow night, Jimmy.
Wear these on a road trip.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
They look like the Tiger Rag that Mr. Mike Baychuk had put out last year.
That's right.
Comfortable with the State Farm Bureau patch on the side, Jimmy.
They were selling a lot of those Tiger Rags in Gainesville before the game, not many after. 3rd down and 15. Toss sweep. Sampson again has the room. Has a crease. Oh, look at him run, man.
He doesn't even
He's
need
got
the
that
blocks.
glide, Charlie. That, you know, they're just natural movements. 30 yards on that one.
He didn't need the blocks. He got to the spot before the defender could react. He didn't even get the blocks. Awesome.
You don't teach what that kid's got.
Exactly.
way.
That's
No
a great
way.
comment. Sid's got a good one.
I was about to say.
He was real low-key about that kid.
He did tell us about a couple of them that aren't
man.
eligible this year.
Unbelievable. Davis back to pass, setting up the screen, and incomplete that time. Sampson loses his footing, trying to recover it in. Looked like he was just a little bit winded.
Right, that play never had a chance from the beginning.
He had good penetration that time by the Tigers. 44 and a third seconds left.
Just trying to put the ball in his hands, though.
I just pitched the ball and run sweeps.
Bench is going to win a few ball games this year.
You look at their schedule, it's going to be very tough. This district they're in, Mark, I mean, Parkview, West Feliciana, Port Allen are the teams to beat. But it's going to, they can win some.
More than just wins, just let's see how much more competitive they are in the second half of the season. And you'll watch a lot of new faces and so much chemistry involved in football. And here's a timeout by Redemptorist after an 8-yard run around the near side.
What the Wolves are finding out is who they can count on and who's playing and what they can do. I mean, this is sort of like a spring training for Sid Edwards. I mean, he did not have an opportunity to be here during the spring for the most part, and he's finding out his personnel tonight.
He was obligated to still stay over at Nicholls State while coaching basketball. Look at it, St. Charles on the road next week for the Wolves in Ascension Catholic. Livonia, Church Point, Port Allen, Bruley, Point Capee, West Feliciana, and Parkview Baptist. So
you go through that lineup, you look like, to be honest about it, if they can break 5-5, they'll be having a real good season.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, let's talk about another fine sponsor tonight. Cracker Barrel convenience stores throughout Louisiana have gas, ice, and fixings for your next trip or tailgate party. And don't forget your fried chicken from Churches on Burbank. There's a Cracker Barrel convenience store in your neighborhood. Got 30 seconds left to go in the half. Redemptorist trying to put some points on the board, trailing 32-8 to the Dunham Tigers.
I think the Wolves have 2 timeouts left if they want to use them.
3rd down and a long one.
Got double wideouts.
In motion to the right side. Number 1, LaDuff. Back to pass. Davis fires it downfield, looking for LaDuff. Jump ball and incomplete. Coverage on the play that time by number 7, Stephen Pruitt.
Pass intended for number 1, Chris LaDuff, 6 foot, 170-pound junior. Had an opportunity to play high school basketball with Chris's uncles, Alvin and Jeff LaDuff. 2 very good ball players.
So, guys you played high school ball with have kids in high school now?
No, that's their uncle.
Oh, okay.
But I'm up there now. That's his uncle.
Your children are a few steps away from high school, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
Incomplete on 4th down, and they will turn it over. Let's see what Dunham will do. They'll take over on downs at their own 38, 16.8 seconds to go.
You have to think they're going to take a knee and genuflect on this one.
You would think.
I don't know. Coach Thibodeau was talking to Mancino like he may have some up his sleeve.
We'll see how.
Sharp, Dunham.
Need another player in.
They're just going to knee it, Jimmy.
That's what they'll do. Coach Joey Thibodeau's Tigers will go into the locker room with a 32-8 lead. John Centel, the big guy for the Tigers, 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 2 rushing. As Dunham, very impressive here in the first half. 32-8. Halftime. The Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
We're Farm Bureau in America. Friends you've always known.
Louisiana Farm Bureau promotes quality agriculture while offering people from every walk of life a wide range of member services, including proven auto, home, and life insurance. After all, helping Louisianians is what we do best.
Spirit of Farm Bureau is a
Aidez-vous, c'est quoi on fait mieux. Helping you is what we do best.
Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week. Jimmy Ott, the Rooster, Charlie Barbary, and Mark Collada, our 3-man crew up here in the box. 32-8. Dunham over Redemptorist, Charlie.
See what kind of magic words Coach Edwards had for the Wolves as we get started for the second half. Another fine sponsor. Whether you're looking for quality gravel, limestone, sand, topsoil, or the right heavy equipment to do the job, we're here for you. Call Dennis Stewart Equipment Rental and Dirt Service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Conveniently located on Jewel Road at the Comeet River. Call 928-7263. See what happens here in the second half. 32-8, all Dunham in the first half, except for a beautiful kickoff return by Redemptorist. We'll see what happens. Centel to kick it off. Centel's been doing everything tonight.
He's got a fresh leg this time, Charlie.
Yeah, he's been resting up. I saw him stretching it out. See where he puts it. They're waiting on the 5-yard line for him.
Centel's kick. Near side, number 29, Brian Bethley. It's to the right side, looking for a crease, and tripped up at the 35-yard line.
Picked up by number 9.
John Alligood.
Hey, Johnny Alligood.
John Alligood's only a freshman. You're going to see a lot of him. The Alligoods will be around as David's a senior. Billy's a freshman.
If the parents get any kind of frequent flyer cut rate on the tuition over at Dunham. Alligood's running wild over at the school. 1st and 10. Redemptorist, their own 35. First drive here in the second half. Give up the middle. First carry of the game for P.J. Hyde. He gets 3 out to the 38.
Number 34, Wendell Dillon. You don't want to stop that time.
Barrett White, 34 for Dunham. Charles, 5'10", 170 pounds, sophomore. Thank you.
I guess it would help if I looked at the Dunham roster rather than Redemptorist.
Is the white team, Charles.
Lambert's got some room. First down and bowls over. They play nice tackle that time. He got the best of him, but number 8, John Alligood, did his job open field tackle and wrapped him up near midfield. But nice execution on the toss sweep to the near side, and a 13 that time for Sean Lambert.
First down, one of the few of the game for the Wolves so far.
Back into the game, Shelton Sampson now replaces Lambert. 2 tight ends, split to the right side, looking for that pop pass. He's got him, complete to the tight end. That is Jimmy Kaczynski. Kaczynski close to another first down, about a yard shy. Give them 9 that time with a play action pass to the tight end.
Another fine sponsor. Tired of outgrowing your school clothes? With Schoolware's unique upscale uniforms, you can gain a few sizes in just a few minutes. We'll give you fits that will last for years. Inca Schoolwear in Drusilla Shopping Center, 922-9495.
Kaczynski, a big old young lad, 6'5", 230.
Sampson off the right side has the first down for Redemptorist, and a nice-looking beginning to this first drive of the second half for Redemptorist. That's their second first down, but I say that just because of some consistency, Charlie. Their lone touchdown was on a kickoff return by Sampson.
I think you said the right word there, a little consistency, Jimmy. You can see Coach Edwards seems to be a little more confident in what he's doing and personnel for the right situation, and Sampson's making that happen.
2 tight ends again. Counterplay to the near side. Sampson, nice. Open field tackle, number 52, Daniel Wascom. Wascom
doing the job, Jimmy. 5'11", 175-pound senior.
Seems stretching his legs a little bit as he had to exert just about everything to.
Wascom, another name that's been around the Dunham school for a few years. Does a fine job playing the middle linebacker, or nose guard.
Dawson and Pulliam split to the far side. 2 wide receivers for Redemptorist. Toss to Sampson again. Fumble the ball. That is Sampson's second fumble of the game. And the second time that Dunham pounces on it and gets the turnover.
Not unusual for a youngster. Got to learn to hang on to that football. He's learning.
Jason Winkler, one of the captains for Dunham tonight, was there to pounce on it. Redemptorist was putting together a nice little drive there. Had back-to-back first downs for the first time tonight, but there you have it, the big bugaboo, the turnover. Comes back and bites you.
So here comes the Dunham Tigers. Very impressive in the first half. They scored on their first 4 possessions. Little pop pass near side, look in, complete on the play to Justin Wheat. He is wrapped up by a host of defenders for Redemptorist, but that pass is good for about 6 or 7.
His parents, Ron and Terry Wheat. Another fine sponsor tonight. Save your environment and your money. Laser Extensions will recycle your used toner cartridge for almost half the cost of a new one. Laser Extensions offers full maintenance and repair on most printers and computers. What you print is your business. How it looks is ours.
Second down and 4 for Dunham. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Give off the left side. I believe that's Allagood. First down territory. Out to about the 48, 49-yard line. About 5 that time. For David Allagood, 5'11", 180-pound senior running back.
Justin Wheat, receiver on the play previous, was returning starter. We hadn't really mentioned his name tonight. Really hadn't had to catch any passes, but a fine two-way performer for the Tigers.
He's also running at about 85% tonight, Mark. He had a twisted ankle in a jamboree last week. He is playing, but not at full speed.
And wing T again. Belly fake, option left side, pitch back, and slippery footing on the far side. Gain of about 5, but nice execution again off of the wing T.
Another fine sponsor tonight, Audubon Insurance Group and its independent agents have been serving the property and casualty insurance needs of Louisiana for over 50 years. Audubon and its staff of over 300 are delighted to be a part of high school sports in South Louisiana.
I like the horse that came out on the field before the game, Jimmy.
I've been seeing a lot of horses lately.
I thought I was at the Coliseum.
I thought I was in Tigerland. Unbelievable. Fumble! And Dunham got it back and actually picked up a couple of yards of the play. Trying to get a number. Is that number 54 who had it, Charlie?
You got it.
Number 54, Barrett Black.
Barrett Black, a senior, 6'1", 220 pounds.
Well, Black doesn't get a whole lot of carries in this offense, and he figured he better take advantage of it while he had
right place
an
at the right
opportunity.
time.
Picked up a couple of yards, so
A little fullback dive there.
maybe Black was
Was that fumble risky?
I don't think it was intentional. I don't think that's sign cooler out there. Give near side. Here's the man, Centel. He is close to a first down, but just a bit shy. Late flag.
We're going to have a late hit.
Tim Doucette in on the stop for the Wolves.
Barry Black, number 54, hit a Wolf late. It's me 15 on Dunham.
Gary Black, the former quarterback a couple of years ago. And once again, we've mentioned it several times throughout tonight's telecast, but Gary Black, the quarterback, has a late hit against Dunham. Will cost him 15, so it will be... They might have to measure first before they mark this.
Right.
And officials say, heck with it, let's mark it off. Give him fourth down.
2 for 4.
So it'll be a lot tougher, 4th and 15 as opposed to 4th and 11.
That's 4 for 5 now. Throw the flag on a guy's hand on the field.
Punting team coming out for the Tigers.
Look where that ball is. And look where the marker is.
I'd like to get a ruling on that, Jimmy, really. That was a first down because it was after the play.
Sure.
It should be 1st and 25.
You would think Coach Edwards for Redemptorist would bring that to the officials' attention, huh?
Not Coach Edwards. Coach Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
Lambert will take it. Watch out for the reverse. Fake reverse, and Lambert is knocked down on the play. Number 82. We will try and get a number, an identification. As Matthew Hrdlicka, and who's wearing number 82. We apologize, but he was listed as number 86, so we want to give him credit for the nice open field tackle of Lambert on the special teams coverage. A 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, a nice hit that time of Lambert. Charlie, who do we have next week?
Next week we have Broadmoor and Tara from Broadmoor.
Wow.
The Cannon.
Cannon.
That's an old rivalry there.
Big
It
time.
goes way back.
Give to the second man through. For Redemptorist, flag down. This will go against Redemptorist. Brian Bethley on the carry to the right side. Short gain on the play.
Jimmy, for all the Redemptorist fans out there, the RHS Pack Backers, supporters of the growing Wolfpack Pride and sponsors of the biannual RHS Athletic Awards and the Catch the Spirit Days, parents, show your support by joining the RHS Pack Backers today. Information is available at the concession areas here at the stadium.
Coach Edwards trying to sneak 12 in there again. Legal participation declined the penalty due to the Dunham Tigers, so it will be second down, and we'll call it 9.
I would suggest to Sid, though, if he's going to have 12 on the field, he should get more than 1 yard on the play.
Yeah. We got 12 on the field right now at LSU practice. They do this little drill where they run in place and fall on their bellies for about 5 minutes. And
They tried that against Alabama last year.
exactly. Counter play, a lot of penetration this time as Bethley is racked up for a loss. Hit that time, number 34, Barrett White.
A slow developing play. That was Bethley,
Yeah.
the third tailback to play for the Wolves tonight. The second freshman to be in the ball game, but that play never had a chance from the beginning.
Okay, T.J. Davis up to the line. Bethley, toss sweep near side, looking for a lane, dances around, flag on the play. He tries to cut back against the grain. And I believe we might have a holding penalty against Redemptorist. I don't know, maybe. See what it is. They're talking to number 58 for Dunham. Who was unhappy on the play, Brandon White. Maybe White was just, who's been on a lot of tackles this evening.
He was the
Was just a
victim,
little
I believe.
upset at being held.
But the Zebras caught it, and Redemptorist, the penalty is refused to bring up 4th down.
Brandon White has been in a lot of plays tonight for Dunham.
Wheat and Duplichan back at about the 40-yard line.
Pressure, and he gets it off. Nice kick this time. Fumble, and oh, a nice job of Wheat, gathers it in.
When it's your night, it's your night.
We got
Indeed.
another flag on the play.
Flag back at the line of scrimmage, all the way back at the 25-yard line. Illegal participation against Redemptorist.
Think
Can
they
make
might
them
want to
kick
get
it again.
Think they might want to get their substitution patterns corrected after the night.
You're going to make them kick it again?
Yeah, I would.
Well, I'll tell you what, ever since that kickoff, this game has just dragged on. I mean, this game was moving briskly along, and all of a sudden, he hit a wall.
So another penalty, and that is the main cause for the delays in play.
Talked about Coach Sid Edwards. He is assisted by Milton Broussard, Al Downhauer, Frankie Persina, Jeff Major, Guy Mastretta, Paul Ruiz, and Paul Vornado.
And the ball will be down at the 48-yard line in Redemptorist territory, so they do pick up about 10 yards after accepting the penalty. So 4:58 remaining. We'll keep it right here. Get a nice shot of the Wolves defensive unit.
Brought a lot of that staff from Calicut with him, Jimmy. Jeff Major and Frankie Persina, Paul Vornado, all ex-Calicut assistants. Jeff Major, by the way, used to be a quarterback at Calicut Point Committee. Ran for 1,000 and threw for 1,000 his senior year of Veer offense at Calicut Point Committee.
I think Mastretta and those guys won, I think they won state in wrestling.
Wrestling, right.
Bruley usually real strong in that. About 3 this time for Duplichan.
I want to say that Guy Mastretta was a 4-time state champion in wrestling. I have to get a little verification from that in the booth.
Might have to get a confirmation on that one, Lark.
Let me ask
Talked to Coach Mastretta from time, a couple of times, and he 3-time state champion. Trying to squeeze in an extra year. And, you know, hey, year 2005, he'll be a 6th-year state champion. Here's a keeper this time by Mancina.
It's like when you get older, you all the great
yeah.
events. Oh, I was at that one. I was there.
Won that time for Mancino. 3rd down and 6, Rooster. Under 4 minutes to go.
3:55 in county, 32-8. Third quarter's our score. Game is kind of settled down right now in the second half. No scoring in this quarter.
But the Rooster was there. Billy Cannon ran it back that night. Huh?
Yes, he was.
You were there, Charlie?
Yes, I was.
200,000 win Tiger Stadium.
I don't
that
know
night.
about that, but I was.
Is that 58 or 59?
59.
58, my dad tells me they dressed out 400 that year. As the years go along, of course. Keeper, and the Wolves are there to stop it, so a nice defensive stance. Dunham with great field position at the Redemptorist 48, but 3 plays and only 3 yards, and Coach Joey Thibodeau will send on the punting unit.
The junior defensive end, Chuck Wilson, we mentioned him earlier in the night. He's impressive looking young defensive lineman for Frankie Persina's defense.
Charlie, I will take this opportunity. Of course, we do the radio show from 4 to 7 on the Team 1300 AM. It's an all-sports radio network here in town. But a new addition here in high school football this year, and that is our high school Friday night roundup, 9:30 to 10:30 on 1300 AM. And I will be hosting that show. We'll have anywhere from 12 to 14, 15 call-ins from around the area, as we will give you the immediate results from the football in the Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. So really looking forward to that.
I am too, and I think all high school fans in the area are, Jimmy, because when you're coming back from the ball game, you want to know what happened across town with your district rival or something like that. You can turn into the team and get the results with you and Hannah Griff and all the rest of the crew over there. And I think it's a real good addition to the sports market here in the Baton Rouge area.
I think it's an excellent addition, Jimmy, because 10:30 you're trying to get the high school sports, and it's kind of late for everybody. I think that is an excellent idea, and I wish you guys the best.
And besides that, Steve usually holds those late scores till 11:05.
Halfback pass. Lambert's got a man. Ooh. Trying to recover on the play that time was John Allagood, and I think he nicked his shoulder pad. He was beaten on the play. Everybody was beaten. Greg Dawson was in the clear. But
just underthrown the pass, Jimmy. He was open. It was a good play.
tough pass to throw, going right-handed Lambert going to his left side.
Freshman sensation Shelton Sampson back in the ball game for the Wolves. Sweep left, Jimmy.
Second down and 10, 2 tight ends. A lot of people tight. Give near side. Sampson holds on to it this time.
What are you, Hank Stram or something? Set the formation and call the play.
I was just off by a couple numbers.
Charlie, I called the first play last week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That was really tough.
Yeah.
You.
I was impressed in the press box. I was very impressed, but I got the scoop after the game, Charles, and there was a little shaking going on before that game.
That's
You
it.
gotta watch the auto, Charlie.
Surround yourself with sources. 3rd and 5 for the Wolves. Toss sweep right side. Sampson has some room and fights his way for a first down.
Dragging the tackler.
Nice strong running that time. Shelton Sampson good enough for 9 yards, and they will move the chains. Clock stop momentarily as they do that with 1:56 remaining as you get a close-up of the freshman running back.
One of the captains tonight for Dunham, Eric Searcy, in on the stop that time, number 36. 150 in counting.
Here's a give to the fullback, and gain of about one, maybe one. Right at the 35-yard line, he is racked up for little to no gain. Second carry for P.J. Hyde. He's second and long. Well, you're talking about we had Parkview Baptist on our Jamboree game last week, and you call option with them in the first play, you probably hit about 80% this year.
You know, with the speed they have in that backfield. Tell you what, this district in 3A is going to be exciting around town.
Oh, here's a pass almost picked off. Gallagher, the safety for Dunham.
Cardinal sin,
Almost
overthrowing the receiver up the middle. You don't do that, but got away with it. Mark, the District 3A, the teams to beat. Port Allen, they got the Larry Hebert kid back. You got Parkview, who we saw in the Jamboree, and we'll have later in the season, 3 of the last 4 weeks in this battle for the district title. In West Feliciana, they've won 12 of the last 14 district titles in that district.
And don't forget about Bruley. Bruley's going to be in there every year fighting. Coach Brady Perry does a great job over there.
It's going to be an
dog fight. It's going to be a dog
will be.
fight.
It's going to be, and we're going to be covering most of it.
3rd 9, option near side, penetration. Davis gets away from a couple, and here's a late flag. They're going to call spearing on Dunham. That's going to cost them 15. Had Davis stopped after just a 3-yard gain, but not as much late as just the hit with the head, the helmet first, as Davis was just about on the ground, and that will cost him 15.
Well, so far, almost 3 quarters of play. 32-8 is our score, all the scoring taking place in the first half. If you're Coach Edwards of Redemptorist, you have to be pleased a little bit with some of the things you're seeing in the second half. The defense is tightening up a little bit. You're seeing some things occur on offense that they can build on for the rest of the season. On the other side of the ball, Dunham, Coach Thibodeau saw a lot of things happen early for his team, and I think he just wants to correct some of these little mistakes like that and the offsides and the kickoffs and things like this going into next week's action.
Yeah. Take away the first quarter, Charles. I think Coach Edwards has to be pleased what he's seen tonight out of his ball club.
Davis back to pass. Under some pressure, gets it away now. Intercepted. Heading the other way for Dunham, Caleb Lavelle, and he is near midfield. Got a 7-yard return. Nice drop that time by the linebacker, Lavelle, as he read the quarterback's eyes and stepped into the passing lane. Real nice job.
Brandon Deaton made the stop for the Wolves, but as you said, Jimmy, a real nice interception that time by the Tigers, and they're in business again up at midfield.
Showed nice hands for a linebacker there.
Well, stick him, maybe. Real nice hands.
Stick him. Freddie Palentikov. Put it on his socks. I think they made a rule for Freddie Palentikov.
Lester Hayes. 31 seconds to go, and here is an illegal motion on the far side against Dunham. Legal shift. Cost him 5. A 1st and 15.
Talking about our schedule, Charles, we got next week, of course, we got Tara and Broadmoor at Broadmoor. In the following week, I believe we have one of the oldest rivalries.
The oldest continuous rivalry in the state of Louisiana. It'll be
Denham Central.
Denham at Central. Denham at Central should be very exciting, and look forward to that. That is always a dogfight. And I don't think there are any Burks involved with it this year, which is unusual, too.
And Denham's got a new coach for the first time.
Steve Long.
Steve Long.
That's right. Our buddy Butch Wax becomes the principal this year at Denham Springs. His brother Lloyd, who had been the principal, moves up to the administration office in Livingston Parish.
Fumble exchange, and Mancina tries to make something out of nothing, and he does. He gets about 6 to the 50. And the clock will run down 8 seconds and counting. That is going to do it for our third quarter of play. We'll take a timeout, come back with the fourth and final quarter of play. We're going to call a timeout now.
No, we had a tripping as they were going back. I saw it, the Redemptorist and the Dunham players tangled up, and there was a flag thrown on it. We're going to have a personal foul, and that will be against Redemptorist.
So we will have another play before the end of the third quarter.
Coach Edwards cannot be happy about that.
Something you don't want to see.
Puts the ball down on the 35-yard line. We have 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
And they spot it, started up again, and that's going to do it. At the end of 3, Dunham 32, Redemptorist 8. This is the Kearney Trahan Farm Bureau Game of the Week.
Wherever there is a heart of a champion, there must be something to help it prevail. Wherever there is a burning desire to excel, there must be someone to count on to help make it happen. The hearts of champions are many on the courts and playgrounds of Baton Rouge, and Red Stick Sports proudly fills the needs of these champions on the courts and fields of dreams come true. You supply the heart. We'll supply with what else you need to succeed. Red Stick Sports.
Farm Bureau Game of the Week. Jimmy Ott along with Rooster Charlie Barbary, Mark Collada, our three-man crew up here at Redemptorist High School. Week number 1. The regular season for these two teams. Dunham with 4 touchdowns on their first 4 possessions of the football game. A late one. They tacked on an 80-yard touchdown pass from Mancina to Santel. Santel has had 3 touchdowns tonight, 1 receiving and 2 rushing. And some confusion as they try and
straighten up the chains over across the line.
Straightened out. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line in Redemptorist territory.
One thing about Dunham, Jimmy, for a Class A school, they have a variety on their offense. They have speed, they have a power inside game, and they have a quarterback who can throw the football.
Mancina under center. Duplicien in motion to the right side. Here's a nice give. Trap back coming the other way. This time a little inside trap. And I believe that was Santel. Indeed it was. Ooh, gets up a little slowly after the 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5.
Santel got up a little slow. Looks like he has some cramps, Jimmy. And why shouldn't he? He's been everywhere tonight.
Let's run him a couple of times, send him out there to kick a long field goal.
Let him score and then line it up.
Taking some time off the clock is Mancina before he gets under center. That just still doesn't have his hand up, indicating 10 seconds left on the clock. Here's a fumble. A bunch of Redemptorist players on the ball, and they have it. about the 26-yard line. So change of possession. Will give the ball back. I believe that was Allagood who fumbled.
Marcus Simon, senior, calls the fumble as the Wolves take over.
As it has become a little bit sloppy, as we are still stuck at our halftime score with 11 minutes to go in the game now.
Mark, you talked about the Redemptorist coaching staff earlier. We'd like to recognize the Tiger coaching staff of Dunham High School, Joey Thibodeau's assistants, including Mike Jenkins, Steve Turner, Don McIntyre, and J.P. Piper, who is also the head basketball coach.
Option near side. Here's some room for Davis. He's in the clear, and he is tackled. Nice tackle that time. Once again, it's John Allagood, but not until Davis picks up 20 on the quarterback keeper to the near side.
I'm impressed with Allagood's play in the secondary this half. For a freshman, he's been on a lot of tackles.
I agree with you, Charles. That's the third time this half he's made some nice open field tackles. He was the last man right there. Otherwise, Davis scores.
First and 10. Redemptorists at their own 45-yard line. Give to Sampson, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. First, it was number 58, Brandon White, and then a couple of other Dunham Tigers to wrap him up.
If you've noticed, every time Sampson's gotten the ball, when they've handed the ball to him, he's had trouble getting anything because they've had penetration. But when they give him a pitch to the outside and have him on the move, he's been able to make some yardage.
But Joel's talking about the other games that we're going to be doing, the Central Denham game. That's a rivalry that goes way back, and it's a dogfight every time they play.
1946, it's the longest continuous high school rivalry in the state of Louisiana.
Option left, more penetration, and that's always going to be a problem. As some minor adjustments made by Dunham, and the biggest one is let's get some penetration. Barrett Black leading the charge the time defensively for Dunham. So Davis, who had 20 yards on the keeper, to this side has not had luck on the past two plays, as Dunham has flat out whipped the Redemptorist Wolves at the line of scrimmage.
Barrett White, only a sophomore. He's playing a real good ball game right tonight. 5'10", 170-pounder. He's going to put some beef on him before he's the senior.
Some confusion and a timeout. We'll take one as well. 9